Donald Trump has been pardoning a lot of people. He pardoned a sheriff in Virginia, your home state, for who had given 75.
That is his home state.
It's not my home state.
He be trying to remix it when he tell his upbringing story. I was in D.C. I was in Baltimore.
Right.
You was in the Hickety
right.
Charlottesville, nigga.
Exactly.
You was in Sticksville, Virginia, nigga.
Right.
We know where you was at. Don't try D.C. up
Charlottesville. I've never lived in Virginia in my life.
We know. We got it, buddy.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, there was a sheriff in Virginia named Scott Jenkins who got convicted of fraud. He was literally selling sheriff's deputy badges and sheriff's deputy status to people. I think he made
how much?
Word. He made 75,000 cash. He cleared
selling a whole 70. Oh, we'd have been.
Oh, he's in a small town.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in a small town.
That's
what?
the town
How many
budget.
you got? Yo, give us all a
What? Word.
So what he was selling them for? $250 and some Snickers?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. What was
but
they
he got
going for?
convicted is the point, and they found a whole pattern of corruption in the department. He was convicted. Trump pardoned him. 2 days ago, Donald Trump pardoned a tax cheat, somebody who had literally had a tax fraud conviction because he attended, or his mother attended, $1 million plate dinner. So Trump is very clearly saying if you pay, you're good. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because there's a lot of talk that George Floyd's killer, Derek Chauvin, is going to be next on the list to be pardoned.
They're fighting for him to be.
But that ain't going to affect the state case, though, is it?
It's not, but I'm wondering about just symbolically what it looks like. If they forget, I mean, does the country catch on fire again? Do niggas get mad, or are we at a point where we're over and we just accepted that the world is over?
I think they would do that if he were to in some way be released. But because he still got them 22 years state?
He got crazy state time.
Yeah, he got crazy state time. So I think when people realize that, it's like, okay, you did some fuck shit, but you ain't let him out.
Right.
You can't let him out.
The other fear is that if
and the governor out there ain't
this governor.
Oh yeah.
If you're doing 22, you'll wait 3.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times the Fed thing is the thing you're most worried about. Like, I can't get the president to do it. You can get a governor to do just about anything. So I'm just saying, this country might be on fire again soon. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a whole lot of protests for this because of all this pay-to-play stuff. It's going to let a lot of guilty people out.
That nigga said, yo, he giving away, you want to come in the country? $5 million.
Nigga, they getting ready to do that show that we've been talking about. The show with the immigrants.
Yeah.
You got to be able to see who can last in order to get their citizenship. You know what I mean?
A few things while we're on this Law and Order segment. How do you guys feel about the decision to try Carmelo Anthony as an adult?
I hate it.
I don't like it.
Carmelo Anthony is the young man that killed that white boy over there in Texas.
And he's how old again?
He a minor.
He's a minor.
He's a minor.
So why would he be in charge as an adult?
You know, a lot of times they say.
A lot of times they do that.
Yeah, they do that so often when there's a brutal murder. They say this is so heinous that we're going to try the person as an adult, which I never agree with for all the reasons. I'm not even convinced you should try somebody as 18.
He's 18, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm saying at 18 you have an option, but I'm saying we know how the frontal cortex works. We know the brain isn't developed for another 8 years. I mean, to try somebody at even 18 to me is sketchy. So I think that's another potential powder keg.
I was about to. That's why I thought of it. I could see America turning upside down just with some of this legal shit coming up. I also wanted to go ahead.
I wanted to have a conversation with Marc, Joe, but I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, it's just more law shit.
Yeah, I want to talk to him about law
ahead,
and his stance. Marc, do you think that you're sort of giving the wrong message when you say that you're not for? Oh, okay.
No,
you're not for. I know we talked about this before, but the more you elaborate on it, the more it gets confusing. So people like me and other people, we look up to you for advice and for you to take
or look down to you for advice.
Yeah, whatever. Or, we expect you to take a higher road and just preach things that can help the society move forward.
Yeah.
But then when you say that I don't believe in prison, I don't believe in jail, I believe that there's other ways that you handle things, the other way would be, to me, if you explain it to me, it would be violence. So then you'll still be promoting black-on-black violence, even if that may not be a thing to you, or violence in the neighborhood that can also keep us stagnant. If you understand what I'm saying.
I feel that. I think that position presumes that there's only one solution, and that's violence. And I'm saying that there are other ways to resolve issues. When I talk about abolition, the first thing I say is it's a long-term strategy. It's a long-term vision. It's about decarceration, getting people out of prison, but it's also about excarceration, stopping things from having people go into prison. For example, most people who are in prison aren't there for violence. They're not there for child molestation. They're not there for rape. They're not there for stalking, right? Most people are there for crimes of poverty, for crimes of, So for me, the first thing I would do is I'd say, well, why are we locking people up for gambling? Why are we locking people up for prostitution? Do we really want prostitution to be illegal? Do we really, you know what I mean? Do we really want simple possession of these drugs to be illegal? I can name a bunch of things that we probably could all agree shouldn't be illegal in the first place. So I'm trying to stop people from going in. I'm also trying to get people out. Locking people up for certain crimes to me, as opposed to work release, as opposed to suspended sentences, as opposed to community service. There are things we could do to get people out. I'm not saying resolve our problems. I'm not saying like somebody steals your TV, punch them in the face.
Okay.
Although that might be my natural inclination, I don't want to make law based on my natural inclination. I would say if somebody steals my TV, how can they make me whole again?
But you're not making it clear that there should be consequences. You're basically like putting a Band-Aid over open wounds when you say, okay, just if somebody do something, there should be consenceuses for your actions.
And where's the deterrent to somebody else who's stealing your TV?
So
because that for a couple folk, hey, I ain't gonna go. I'm not gonna break in that house because if we get caught, I know I might have to go sit up and do X, Y, Z.
I think that's the right question. I think both of your questions are the right question. I think first, the thing that stops people from, I don't just want to stop people from stealing TVs. I want to eliminate the desire to steal my TV. What makes people not steal my TV? Jobs usually.
Okay, I see.
Opportunity, access.
So you want to go to the core.
We gotta get at the root.
Got it.
You know what I mean? And to me, those are the types of things. Now again, some niggas just want to steal TVs. Some people just want to commit assault. Some people just want to do harm even when they're not poor or desperate. So I'm not pretending that the world can all be fixed through social programs. But most of it can be. Usually when you get...
A lot of it.
You know what I mean? When you get rid of people...
I don't know about most.
Yeah. I don't even say a lot. I'll take that.
But he just said a story the other day where somebody went through all the resources, went through all the social programming, and came outside and did a crime.
All this stemmed from a very rich man doing some fucking crazy, heinous, and / petty shit.
Right. So one could argue that we should rein in their wealth.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, this is all my stuff is connecting here. I'm saying
that. I'm seeing what you're saying.
All these, even if people don't agree, they connect, right? So I'm not saying people should be reckless out here. I'm halfway joking with the thug shit, but in general, even if I would do it, or you might do it, or whoever might do it, but at the end of the day, I'm saying we got to change how things operate, so that our only options are be mad or lock somebody up. Those can't be the only, or fuck somebody up. Those can't be the only choices. We got to come up with better choices, and that's a whole different vision of the world. And we got to do step by step. But in the meantime, all we got is all we got. So that's why I say I don't get mad when people call the police when somebody stole their TV or their car, because who else you gonna call? But I hate the fact that if somebody steals my TV or my car, the only person I can call is somebody with a gun, as opposed to somebody who could actually solve this problem for me. We got to change the way the world is laid out. That's all for me.
New Joe Budden.